I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars as a content creator being a UGC creator. I'm going to show you exactly how I did that in this video with my system, the system that's worked for myself and now my entire community of UGC creators, and how we get brand deals and how we make 5 to 10K a month plus as a creator, okay? So it's very simple. I'm gonna walk you through it. I hope you guys enjoy and get a lot of value from this. Do not skip this video, okay? The first few minutes will give you a good idea if this is for you or not. If it's not for you, that's fine. I put a ton of value in here, so you don't have to be a creator if you want to learn how the content creator system works. But if you are a creator and you do want to monetize your content, enjoy this video. It's going to make you a lot of money. Bye.
So this is you. You're a content creator. Maybe you've gained 5K followers, 20K. You're like, when does the money start coming in? Okay, I've grown my personal accounts to over 150K. I've done brand deals with companies like Whoop, Kane Footwear. I have an entire list. It's a huge list, but massive billion-dollar companies, Whoop, Wop, like a lot of companies, right? And so I built a system over the past 3 years in doing UGC and becoming a creator that allows people to go from pretty much no experience or some experience to becoming a very profitable creator, making 5 to 10 grand a month. Almost bulletproof, okay? The only thing that's going to separate you from watching this to any of those people that are buying trucks or getting $10,000 brand deals is your effort and your work ethic. Our system is bulletproof. So if you believe in yourself, this is a really, really good opportunity for you to make a lot of money with content. Okay. So this is you and this is where you are. You want to make money with content. I get it. So the first step is understanding why brands pay you for being a UGC creator. Okay. Your worth is not in the fact that you look good on camera. Your worth is the fact that you can drive sales and conversions for companies trying to grow their products, apps, software, etc. Okay. So in order to get paid a lot as a UGC creator, you have to drive sales, videos, views, all of that for them. If you can do that, you will get paid so much money. And it's actually not that hard to do. Most people are just not really that comfortable on camera, so they can't do it, and then they don't know what kind of content to make. We solve all these problems for you, okay? We've done it with hundreds of creators now. We are in a crazy place. I want you, if you want to pause this video and go look underneath, we have so many testimonials of people absolutely crushing with content. We have people getting like 28 deals is like the most that someone's gotten from this community, which is crazy. I don't think anyone else that runs a community can say that. Bronny, sorry, my dog's leeching. But anyways, so first thing you'll do once you understand this fact is understand that now you have to make a portfolio that shows that you can make content that converts into sales, okay? So this is the social proof that you put on your portfolio showing how many conversions you got, what your ROAS is if you're running performance ads for businesses, how many, like what your engagement rate is, like what your comparisons are to other people in your industry, and then ultimately using a CPM calculator and knowing how to place your rates for what they're worth. And we're gonna help you increase that over time as you get more deals and more successful. I personally have a network of, I don't know the number, I've worked with well over 100 brands at this point, not just as a creator myself, which I have done, but I'll show you the proof right after this in another Miro board. But basically, I will connect you to these brands. And so brands come to me because I have a UGC agency. I have a lot of UGC creators and brands are like, okay, I want to grow these apps to over $500,000 in MRR, monthly recurring revenue. He knows what he's doing. He understands the content game. He was a creator himself. He has tons of case studies. Let's go with Owen. So they come to me and they're like, we need creators. I then train you and place you into these deals. So that's you right here. I will connect you to my brands who trust me and the creators that we work with, okay? You're gonna sign your first deal. These are usually starter deals, so you make anywhere from $500 to $1,500 a month base pay from the first deal. And from here, you're gonna have to make really good content, okay? Like I'm getting your foot in the door. You're gonna have the opportunity to make good content. You're gonna be trained from working with me. And by the way, this can happen quick or this can take a couple months. That's just a reality. Okay, if you're not really good, then I'm not going to intro you to a brand right away because it'll hurt my reputation. It'll hurt the brand's potential success. And ultimately, you're not going to be fully ready to take advantage of that opportunity because you have to be trained and put into these deals at the right time. Okay, so when you are ready and you are making really good content and you are going to our weekly calls and you're committed to this and you're working, then I will intro you. I am not going to waste my name and reputation that I've built with all these brands giving them bad creators, okay? So that's number one. But you will get these deals, just like everyone else eventually does once they go through all the training, okay? So you're going to sign your first deal and you're going to make at least $1,000 a month per brand as a creator. You can stack some of these deals. You can get to, I don't know, like 5, 10K just off these intro level deals. Totally easy. Okay. And then you're going to make videos with my proven UGC content style to create thousands of dollars in commission. I'm going to show you how I did this for myself and got extremely successful. Okay. That'll be coming soon, the second part of this video. And then you're going to take all of that success and then you're going to put it back into your portfolio again. So you're going to make that base portfolio. And then from there, you're going to make another iteration of your portfolio once you get a couple of these starter deals. Okay. And then once you do that, I will connect you to more brands and you will sign more and more brands and get more and more deals. It becomes a flywheel and you're going to take some of that money and you're going to invest in yourself and get better equipment. You're going to upgrade your phone. You're going to maybe buy some time, maybe leave your job so you can make better content, and you're going to commit to this. You're going to be a really, really good creator. This is potentially the future. I think AI is going to replace almost everything. It might replace creators, but I don't think it'll replace personal branding and personal style and taste and community and all those things, right? So that's what I'm betting on. You're going to sign more deals and you're going to improve on your content and get contract increases. When I was working with Whoop, they gave me a 6-month deal because I did really well. They gave me a 3-month extension with a 20% raise on my rates. That did really well. So they gave me another 6-month extension with another 20% increase on my rates. I was charging $1,980 per UGC video at the end of that contract. That is, I would love for you guys to be doing that. At my peak, I was doing a little over 18K a month as a UGC creator. Okay. And there's other ways to monetize. We have creators that do TikTok Shop. We have creators that do the Creator Rewards program. We have creators that are YouTubers. We have creators that end up running their own communities, and we'll show you how to do all of those things. I've grown my community to hundreds of creators, so we are well-versed in everything that's content and online business. If you need help with this stuff, we are here for you. We are literally one step ahead of you. I've been through all this. I understand like all your questions that you have. We've helped so many people do this, okay? And we have proof. Just go look at the results below. Anyways, so once you're creating over 10 to 15K a month or more as a creator, working with your favorite brands, leaving your job, buying your dream car, moving to a huge apartment or house or whatever you want to do, you can still have money to travel. And that's the glory of being a creator. You can have complete freedom in your life. And that is what I want you guys to have. I unfortunately love working. So yes, I've bought my Porsche and my apartment, that's a massive corner balcony, downtown, Water Street, best area of Tampa. And I love my life, but I still love working. Despite all of that, I'm back here making videos just like this, trying to help you guys because it's what I love to do. I think content is why I was put on the earth. Maybe that's a little egotistical, but I love it. I really do. So I don't want to stop. And if you're one of those people who loves content, or maybe you just love money, this is a good place for you to be. Okay. So with all that being said, now we're going to go back into basically how I got started as a UGC creator. And I made this pretty in depth so you can understand my entire situation. I went to Clemson. So in 2018, I was a college basketball player, and I ended up getting an L5 pars defect, which is a lower back fracture, right? And so I went to college and I started playing Fortnite because Fortnite came out right when I had that back injury. So I was like, I'm gonna have a year of doing nothing. So that's when I started playing Fortnite, and it was great. So Fortnite, I ended up competing professionally. So I would travel to events and do things like that. I was in the Prac server, just a pro Discord, like only a few hundred people in that in North America. So I did that for a bit, about 2 years or so. I got burnt out. So around 2020, I kind of started doing content. So 2021, 2022. But prior to that was this Fortnite stage in 2018. And this is when I saw people in 2018 doing things online, grinding, and making like good money. And I was like, okay, it's possible. This one weekend for a Fortnite World Cup qualifier, I was in Virginia Beach competing with my friend. My friend made 50 grand from one qualifier tournament. It's 3 hours long, made 50 grand, done. I was there. I didn't make it, but he did. And that's when I was like, okay, it's possible. So after I got healthy from being done with gaming, I got burnt out. I quit, didn't quite get the success that I wanted. I ended up doing fitness and getting into good shape. I got lean, got strong, went to Clemson, finished up my last 2 years. I really just golfed and hung around because I didn't actually like school that much, but I did have a class with Boeing where we ended up making a robot for them. I won a pitch competition. That was pretty cool. But so that's pretty much what I did, was just get into shape. And then it was at this point where I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to work a sales job forever unless I lock in. So I started posting on social media. Okay. And that's that point right there. And this was my first viral video. I got like 200K views, nothing crazy. But I remember I screenshotted this when I hit 1K likes, because I was like, can I get a video with 1K likes? Like, is that possible? And I did it. And of course, this is actually very real. Pretty much the reason why I'm motivated to do things is because of my brother. So I think for personal branding, you should be making relatable, authentic content that's uniquely you. If you try to copy, you're not going to really do that. So this is my first unlock, was like, the more authentic I am about my life, the more success you can have. Okay. So I started growing, had some other videos start to do well. My average views were going up, had that viral video. And then I started really getting into it. And this was not like a very far time difference from each other. But you could tell the drafts went crazy. I started posting 3, 5, 10 times a day, doing green screen, text on screen, trend videos, all of these things. And I was gaining followers over time. And I started doing more fitness content, hybrid training, product reviews for fitness stuff. And that's how I got my first deal with Whoop. So Whoop is the fitness wearable tracker, and it's on my wrist right here in this video. Okay. I did over 2 years with Whoop, basically. And yeah, like, look at all these activities that I logged, and this is the contract that they gave me. They DM'd me when I had only 12K followers on TikTok. They DM'd me and said, do you want to work with us and be a UGC creator? And the reason why they did that is because I could speak well in my content, and I could talk with my face on camera. Okay. So they gave me $22,500 in 5 equal monthly installments. So this was 5 videos a month, $3,750 per month for only 5 videos. That's crazy. Okay. And this was 2023, early 2023. So I'd been doing content for a year at this point. And that's what I tell people too, is like, don't expect to join this if you're not a creator and start getting these deals right away. It's very disrespectful and egotistical to think that you're going to do that right away. It took me a year. Some people do much better. Some of my friends that are content creators, they went from 0 to $1 million in a year, much better than me. But it still took me a lot of time. It still took them a lot of effort either way. And so don't think you're going to be able to join this and do this stuff without actually locking in. It takes time and effort. That's the main differentiator. I can show you everything you need to do, but you really need to lock in and be successful here. Okay. And the reason why they did that is because I was doing videos with them, literally putting them in my title and getting tons of views. This is hard to do. It's a skill. It's UGC. This is me, a user, making content, generating content about their brand and making them sales. And so that's why they were willing to do these sponsored videos and things like that. These were the ads. The ads were ripping, tens of thousands of likes on all these different ads and stuff. It was incredible. This is what, paychecks would look like from this one brand. I left my sales job after I signed this deal, because I was like, technically cash wise from my sales job, I'm making about, it was $52,000 a year, which was basically like $1,700 bi-weekly in cash, so like $3,400. So I was making more from 5 videos a month than I was from working 40 hours a week. So I left and I started stacking more deals. I made more portfolio, and this is the job I was in. It was a remote sales job in New York City. But yeah, that was tough times. So that's basically how I went from this to this, and making these deals and making money through TikTok or brand deals, whatever it may be. By the way, the Creator Rewards program on TikTok is still active. You can also use content rewards on WAP, and basically I'll explain all this stuff once you join, but these are ways that you can monetize based on views that you get from the platforms themselves. It's usually not the main way to monetize. Usually brands will pay you much more, but it has been really good. I've made well over 6 figures just through making content, basically. So anyways, and I got the community on a billboard in Times Square by winning the WAP 3K challenge. I grew my TikTok now to like 130K followers. I have tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of views through my own personal brand, which is incredible as well. this is me, what I love to do. I love to travel. I love to fish. I love to be in nature. And that's the stuff that I still like to create content with. This is my office setup with my studio display, which this is being recorded to right now. And again, love to fish, buy my Porsche, buy myself little gifts and stuff like that. I got the balcony, the dog. This is a black diamond David Yurman necklace. I still wear it. I love the cross. I'm a Christian. Again, love to travel, going to Finland pretty much every year, going to Europe. I love to fish. When all is said and done, I'm going to be a fishing YouTuber. That's where we're headed, So the reason why this works and brands come to us is because I have a UGC agency where brands come to us to do UGC deals. Okay. And so, you get paid out for base pay, but you also get paid out for views as well. So let's say you make a video, you post it for a brand deal. You can go in here and submit that same video and get paid out $2 per 1,000 views for whatever brands we're working with. So you can just make a ton of money. And this is one of the brands that we've worked with. That's $400K, $500K a month. And then these are invoices that I got from brands in April. So this is a really good month. The reason why I'm showing you this is so that you guys understand that I don't need this community, like working with you, to be successful. I am successful because of what I know for UGC and working with brands and getting them results. Now, the reason why this works well is because you're going to make a lot of money doing this. And on top of that, I get to train you personally, which means I get to make sure you guys have the best results. So whether that be for my own app or for the brands that I work with, I'm getting the best creators in the world. That's you, through my training and spending time going on calls every week. Okay. So yeah, the other thing is, I know how to run a community. I know how to grow it. I know how to make, tens of thousands a month, 10K per week. And, our community also has call recordings from influencers, guys like Tyra Wellness, Bennett Luke, Reese Chanel. I'll have these big creators come in and give speeches and Q&A sessions so that any questions you have about content, you can go directly to the source of the most successful people on content currently. Okay. So that's pretty much all I got for you guys. Oh, the best part, the results. So we work with so many different types of creators. So this is Nick Young. He's in Tampa with me. He's actually a friend of mine now. But when he joined, we basically had to make a plan for him as a Chiro to get him more leads, because that's a little bit different than getting them brand deals, right? But we ended up doing that. He ended up getting millions of views, growing his following, becoming well-known in Tampa, St. Pete area, and, making $1,000 a day as a Chiro. Some incredible stuff. On top of that, he has aspirations to build his own, I can't say too much, but platform, essentially. So this is another creator we work with, Hector Martin. Hector is a D1 athlete, creator, fantastic content. Hector makes crazy deals. I think he, in our community, gets the biggest per video rate of like over 10,000 a video, but he's incredible. He makes really, really good content. Love working with him. We also helped him launch his own community as well. So that's what we do. If someone wants to launch their own community after working with us and getting massive deals, I want to help you guys more than anything. I'm going to help him do that. So we help them with setting up his WAP, setters, closers, the whole thing, on top of building out fulfillment and working with brands as well. So we have so many creators that we've worked with over time to get them brand deals with some of their favorite brands. And then, this is something from one of my favorite brands that I've worked with, just from their CMO. And he goes, no preference here. Happy to have Owen take the lead. I appreciate the intro. Owen is a weapon. So I appreciate stuff like that. And I want you to see that and understand that I work with brands primarily. This is so that I can make sure that the creators are getting, the brands are getting are the best. On top of that, you guys are getting the best training, and you're able to leave your jobs and have fulfillment in content. Sorry. So anyways, we have tons of results in here of all our creators and what they're doing. And ultimately, making thousands of dollars a day is nothing small. But social media has such high leverage right now, and there's so many different things you can do, whether that is UGC traditionally, like meta ads, or organic UGC, or TikTok shop, or running your own community, or running your own agency, whatever it is. These are all things that I've done that I've made well over 30K a month in all these different avenues, right? And so, we have all these results. If you guys want to look at more of them, they're linked underneath. But yeah, this is the entire brand deal system that I developed as part of Content Circle community, and I want you guys to enjoy this so that you can make, 400K in a couple of years with your iPhone. That's where we're moving. We have so many tools now that, I think all of you guys can do this. If you are a creator and you like it, this is the way to go. So if you guys have any questions, you can always DM me on Instagram at Owen Nurmanen or Twitter at Owen Nurmanen. And then, go check out the link below, fill out the form, and let us know. I'm looking for good creators to work with here. It's my priority. I think it's really high leverage. And so thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.